Yo, what is going on, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most highly requested topics, and that is how to get more involved on campus or off campus if you're still doing remote, and sort of the best 5 or 6 tips I have for that. So before we get into it, YouTube still says that only 33% of you guys are subscribed. So if you're not, I'd greatly appreciate it if you want to keep up with all my college tips, vlogs, and whatever else I post. But without further ado, let's get into the first tip. And it is probably the most obvious one, but it still surprises me how many people don't know that this exists, but it's check your campus life page. Now this is going to be titled different and located in a different place depending on your college. Like for UNC, it's called Heal Life. For NC State, I'm pretty sure it's just getinvolved.ncsu.edu, and I don't really know any of them past that, but you can just find this by typing in your college and then list of clubs, and you should be able to find a website that lists every single student organization that your college has to offer. And all of these might not be like currently active or recruiting members or whatever, but still look through all of them, try to find one that fits in your interest and one that you could see yourself being a part of. And once you do find one, try to go to either their website if they have one or one of their social media, see if it's still active, and try to find out when the next time they're getting new members is. Now I've mentioned this in countless previous videos, but the annoying part about college is you're going to have to apply or do some sort of extra step to get into most clubs in the first place, because if anyone can get in just by saying they want to be in, then it pretty much devalues the club on anyone's resume who has it. But if you genuinely want to join it, then doing that extra step is going to be well worth it. And it's oftentimes not that hard, it's just like a few short answer questions. So that is a great initial place to look for places to get involved. But that sort of ties in with my next tip, which is to not overload and instead try to narrow down on 2 or 3 clubs that you really enjoy or you could see yourself enjoying, and go a little bit deeper and apply to be a board member of them. Every single club has some sort of board, government, whatever you want to call it, type of position, and say having like secretary on your resume looks a whole lot better than just member. And oftentimes a lot of people don't even put it on the resume if it's just a member. That would just go in like the activities section of job applications, but if you have board position, that can definitely go on it because you're doing a bit of extra work and showing leadership. And having 2 higher level positions for 2 clubs looks way better than having 5 clubs where you're just a member in them, trust me. I did not realize this coming into my freshman year, so I joined like 4 or 5 clubs, attended like 2 events for each of them. Didn't really get much out of them, and now I'm looking back and I never really became friends with anyone that was in that club. I honestly don't even remember most people. I don't even feel like putting it on job applications and stuff because I feel like I didn't do anything. I do regret not applying to the board for some of them. Of course, be a member of some if you enjoy it. Like for me, that was aviation club. I love flying and all that kind of stuff, so with aviation club, they allowed us to take rides in these small planes for a little bit and take a tour of the control tower at our airport, which was really cool. And that was a fun experience just for me, and I wouldn't obviously put that on a resume or anything. So for those, just be a member. If you can get on board for that, that's even better. If you're enjoying just being a member, then stick with it. Another great way of finding clubs is through teachers, namely teachers that you feel comfortable emailing or talking to in person, because chances are most of the at least higher level professors are going to be part of some sort of club that relates to the class that they're teaching. So another example with me, I took a sports administration class a semester ago because it was interesting to me. Went to a couple office hours, got to know my professor a little bit, and I found out he actually worked with the sports administration club at our school, which I did not know it was a thing, and now I am currently applying to. So for any teachers that you really like, or for any classes that you really like, make sure you talk to the teacher and ask what clubs they might be a part of, or at least just know about that you could join. Now sticking with the theme of teachers, if you really like a class that you're in, or you feel really comfortable with the material that you could like semi-teach it to someone else, then it might be worth considering being a TA for that. And if you don't know what a TA is, it's a teacher's assistant, and they're pretty common in the big classes that have like 100 or above students, because obviously the one professor can't answer everyone's questions, so a lot of them are directed to TAs, and they help you with problems, grading, all of that stuff. So like I said, if you did really good in a class and you feel like you could help the teacher help other students that are taking that class in the future, try to be a TA, unless the professor like hated you or something. But yeah, that is another really valuable thing to have on your resume. Also, especially if the class is relating to something that you want to do in the future in your career. And talking about careers, I'm on fire with these transitions. Talking about careers, use career fairs wisely, but don't go in expecting to talk to someone and get an internship. I hadn't been to a career fair before like my second semester of freshman year, so I didn't really know what to expect. I thought I was just gonna go in, talk to some companies, talk about their internship opportunities, and maybe just get my name written down, and that is sort of what it was, except even less than that. In fact, most companies at these career fairs were only looking for like juniors and above. So it wasn't a waste of time or anything. Definitely still go to them to get that experience and to just look around and see places that you might want to work at or intern at in the future, but do not go into them expecting to instantly get something. Talk to the companies that you're really interested in, try to get your name down for future notice, and sometimes you might get lucky and they are offering positions to sophomores or freshmen. And in that case, you really want to make a good impression and get all of like the application info and stuff like that. And yeah, we'll talk a lot more about how to get internships, but truthfully, I'm still in that process myself. I'm still trying to find an internship for summer, and I don't really know what works the best and what doesn't. So I'm trying to view different things. If any of these turn out to work well, then I'll definitely let you guys know in a later video. Yeah, what I'll say for now for internships is, again, don't rely on career fairs. Make sure you're checking a bunch of different websites. Use people, friends, and teachers to your advantage if they have any connections to a place that you could see yourself interning at, and talk to them, message them on LinkedIn or whatever. And also, don't be afraid to take one that isn't your ideal position. So like last summer I was looking for like a social media one at a specific page, like I really wanted it, but then my friend persuaded me to do a marketing internship at like an art studio, and I don't really like art, so I was like, why am I doing this? But then I just did it just so I had something, and then I ended up actually really enjoying it and gaining a lot of good experience. Also, don't be skeptical of the unpaid ones. Oftentimes, unpaid ones are the best place to start because you're going to be working more for the experience than the pay. And while it does suck that you're not getting anything monetarily for that time, experience that you gain and that you can put in your resume is going to be super helpful in finding future paid ones. And yet, also just think outside the box a little bit. And what I mean by that is, I'll just give a really random example I just thought of. So we have an insomnia cookies at our college, like most other colleges do. And some people that I know saw that they're hiring student brand ambassadors to come around and promote insomnia to the campus. And they applied for it, they got hired, and it was just a fun, unique way to get that sort of experience while not being tied to the university at all, really. It wasn't really a job or internship, but it also wasn't really just being a member of something. And it was definitely something that they could put on their resume and get good experience from. So that's just another thing. Look around your campus, not just in it. And also, if you really wanted to join a specific club but you found out it doesn't exist or it's been inactive for a few years, don't be afraid to create one. I haven't done this personally, but I know a few friends that have, and some of them have failed, some of them have turned out really well and have gotten a lot of members, and they're really enjoying it because it's something that they themselves really wanted to do. Plus, they're like the owner of it, which looks better and is better than any sort of board position you can think of. So if anything, it's worth a shot, and if it works out, it'll pay off really well. But other than that, if nothing else, if you're having a really hard time with all of that, just get a job. And that might sound weird, but try to get a job on campus or around campus somewhere. There's going to be so many opportunities to do that. I have a job at our gym just because why not? It was like 9 hours a week. It's gonna give a little extra money. I haven't started yet because of COVID yet, obviously, but yeah, it's just something else I can write down and add to my college experience. Plus, if you're not meeting people in any clubs or anything, then it's still a way to meet some people, build some connections and relationships, and who knows, might be what you needed to get a breakthrough. So just like look around, like the bookstore, merchandise store, the gym. I don't really like the concept of working at food places, but food places too, if you don't mind, anything like that. And I did forget to mention Greek life, and that is honestly just because I don't know that much about it. It's not really my thing, never really been interested in it, but I know a lot of people are. But I'm sure if that's what you really want to do, then you've done your research and you know which one you want to join. And I guess all I'll say about that is I know that if you spend more time in it, you have a higher chance getting one of those higher level positions in there. But yeah, if anyone knows more about that, please comment down below. That one, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are pretty decided on once they enter college. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. There's definitely still more ways I could talk about, but they're all just building on things I've already said. So if you have any more specific questions, let me know down below. And yeah, good luck finding stuff. Make these 4 years worth it. Get involved as much as you can. Actually, no, like I said before, don't join every club. Just join a few and make those really count. But still, hopefully it'll make your college experience a little bit better and give you a higher shot at getting a job or internship in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you later. Peace out.